This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hello and welcome back. Had some technical issues, but we are back and ready to go. The Jason Walker Show on a Monday. Happy Monday to you. Oh, man, this is going to be a great show. We have the Auto Contest Performance of the Week. Any guesses? You can get nominations in at J Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can email or text 409-206-1267 or call us. So we got that. We got state champion coach Guy Almquist from the Capital Bruins going to join us. And coming up here in just a couple of minutes, Montana State women's coach Tricia Binford will stop by as the Bobcat women. You know what? If you're from the state of Montana, wow. More on that in a second. But she'll join us. Hope you enjoyed the weekend of basketball. And you can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. And as always, go to JasonWalkerShow.com. All right. Oh, this opening segment is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with three distinct divisions, milled, handcraft, and timber frame. You can create the log home of your dreams. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com. Just mentioned it's a great day to be from the state of Montana. It always is a great day, but even more so today. So, all the high school champions, we have 8 brand new state champions. Congratulations. There was some great basketball played in Great Falls, Billings, Bozeman, and Missoula, where I was with the State A. And holy cow, what a great weekend. Not to mention, that's just the high school stuff. Not to mention, Montana State men each winning the Big Sky to head off to the NCAA tournament. Not to mention the Rocky and Carroll women each winning their pods to advance to the Final 16 in Sioux City, Iowa. And tomorrow we'll talk to Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller about their teams headed off to the national tournament in Sioux City, Iowa. I mean, there was a chance, we were talking about it in Missoula, but there was a chance that there would have been 8, there could have been 8 college teams from Montana, or 6 college teams from Montana go to nationals. Providence and Western women lost out. Carroll men lost out. So there could have been, I guess, 7 teams from the state of Montana all represented in national tournaments. I don't know if any other state could have said that. I don't know if any other state can really say there's 4 in 2 different divisions. I mean, California might have a case, but I don't know. It's crazy, and it's a great Monday to wrap up a fantastic weekend. And hope you got to see some hoops wherever you were and whatever you were doing. But holy cow! Let's start with the state tournament, shall we? We talked about AA. We'll talk to Guy Almquist coming up here. But how about the Skyview girls winning their first ever state title? And they did it at the Metro in their home city. That's pretty cool. And, Sue definitely saw some as she let us know on the Facebook. But AA, I mean, wow. I mean, seriously. And how about the Gallatin boys advancing and moving on? And I mean, they won a game at the high school tournament, which is super cool. Super cool. When you look at the AA with the boys, Capital with the big win over Bozeman, it wasn't even close. It really wasn't. And Capital got out to a hot start, never let up. The Skyview girls with the big win We mentioned the first time that they've won a state championship ever, and which is pretty darn cool too. I mean, just so much fun. It's like, where do you begin, honestly? And you go to the A. We'll start with the girls. Haber going back to back over Billings Senior or Central rather, and making it a fourth title in 5 years. And you talk about dynasties. You know, the New England Patriots. You know, you could even go with UConn women. I mean, just dynasties. But in the state of Montana, you know, Bozeman girls had their run. The Bozeman boys had their run. Capital football, CMR football. I mean, things like that. Sentinel the last couple of years in football. But when you look at what Havre, Central, Billings Central, and Hardin have accomplished over the last, I don't know, half decade. I mean, Havre's the dynasty because they've won 4 of 5, the Blue Ponies have, in Class A girls. But what a time in the Eastern A. I mean, if you're in the Western A of State A, what do you do? You've got Hardin and head coach Cindy Farmer, which she's a legend, and got her team back to take third for a second consecutive year. You got Billings Central, led by, you know, Maya Hansen and head coach Jatan Ailes, and what they've been able to accomplish. The only problem with those two schools is that they've run into the juggernaut of the Havre Blue Ponies. Now, Central beat Havre twice this year. And Havre did a great job defensively on Hansen on Saturday night up there in Missoula. But wow, congratulations to the Blue Ponies. And then, we didn't even talk about the boys' game yet. Dougie Peoples, the game-winning shot at the buzzer. That just doesn't happen, folks. But that's everything you dream of, right? As a kid. I mean, check this out. What's that, about a 32-footer? As heard and seen on the NFHS network. I mean, let's rewind that. Watch this. The kid's like, I got this. I mean, that whole place at Dahlberg Arena went absolutely nuts. And deservedly so. I mean, what they did, what he did, 37 points, and this was after Kyle Holter fouled out. It was just awesome. And then in State B, I mean, good stuff. Good stuff all the way around. But you go to State B and you know, congratulations to the winners there. And State C, Roy Winifred going undefeated in girls. I mean, that's reminiscent of the teams from the 90s, right? And the Outlaws getting it done. You go to the B boys and Three Forks winning, I believe, the first title with a win over Harlem, which had upset Lodgegrass the night before, and great scenes from the night before with Damon Grovant and the Lodgegrass boys, along with the Harlem boys who pulled the big upset. And in Class B, Jefferson girls fall short against Colstrip, but what a season for both. State C was just as good with the Roy Winifred girls. We mentioned them winning. And, you know, you go undefeated, that's pretty impressive. And then the Manhattan Christian boys, for the first time in 3 years, win again. And those are all 8 nominees for your Auto Contest Performance of the Week as they held down Floyd Lake. And, yeah, just unbelievable hoops. The Rocky women getting the win at Fortin Center in Billings. The Carroll women down in New Orleans almost handed it away. They did everything they could not to give that game away, or to give it away. Led 62-51 with a couple of minutes left, but Loyola, Louisiana fought back, got within 3, and then the Carroll women sealed the deal for Rochelle Sayers. So we'll talk to Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller tomorrow. And then the Montana State men and women. I mean, seriously? We'll talk to Danny Sprinkle coming up later this week, but joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm headline, or Mike Miller State Farm hotline is the head coach of the Montana State women, Tricia Binford. All right, Coach. I guess congratulations in order, and I guess we'll just start there. I mean, a fun week. You haven't been home a whole lot in the last week or so, but it's you get the conference title, which means everything, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, just extremely proud of the kids. You know, our season finished with a loss, and we had a couple days to come back to Bozeman and regroup and hit that tournament. And I thought the kids just kind of came together and decided they were going to play for each other in the right way. And kids just made plays. You know, every game had its battles, and just competed the right way, competed for each other, and found ways in all three games. So it's a really big growing step for us, and excited about the week ahead.
Take me through the championship game, your emotions from the start to the finish.
Say that again, Jason.
Can you take me through from the start of the game to the end of the game, the championship? Take me through it.
Yeah, you know, it was there was a kind of a jump by NAU initially, and then I thought we kind of took some momentum. Then they had a player go down. I thought that was emotional, obviously, for NAU, but even for our team. Of course, you never want to see a kid with an injury, and we had an opportunity to break away a little bit there with the lead. We had a double-digit lead at one point in that second half, and kind of thought we had some control, but then, of course, Northern Arizona does what they do, and they just can put points on the board so quickly, and tables turned again, and had a conversation in the fourth quarter about, are we going to play to win, or are we going to try to play not to lose? And kids responded, and they just found ways to win. And down the stretch, the ball got into Darian's hands, and she does what she does. And at the same time, all week long, we've had some other pieces around her really step up and contribute and make some really clutch plays for us. So it was just a great week of seeing kids rise to the occasion when their opportunities came, and just seeing them celebrate each other. Those last seconds ticking down, Jason, and there was a million things going through my head. The first thing was about that senior class 2 years ago that didn't have that opportunity, but then it was what this team was able to do that last week. So just an exciting moment.
Yeah, that 9-game win streak early in the season, and was that the turning point for you guys?
Well, it was. We, our preseason was scheduled for the reason to prepare them for obviously a tough conference, and we had a really, really challenging preseason as far as not performing up to what we thought our potential was, and just had some moments of inconsistency. But when we kind of came out of COVID, we got really crushed with kids getting sick after the Christmas holiday break, and as we came out of that, we really just started going to that deep bench rotation again like we did last year, and just really automatically had some success with that. In addition, that was right when Maddie Jackson was returning too. So she had been out for about 6 weeks with a hand injury, and I just thought the addition with having another guard, not playing our lineups really fatigued, but also that bench was just giving us great production. It just allowed us to really kind of keep our foot on the gas. And so that was a great turning point for us to kind of get back in that race again. Well,
normally teams at the conference point of the season, once you get mid-January, you shorten the bench, but you actually stayed with it, which I think says a lot about the team you have.
Well, and our bench is really critical as we hit the tournament. You're playing 3 games in 4 days. And like you said, I mean, I feel like every team's probably feeling like they spent the majority of the season on the road with all the rescheduled games, but there were weeks where we were on the road the entire week with Monday, Thursday, Saturdays, and then when you hit the tournament, we just finished on the road for 2 weeks prior to that. It was kind of that thought too of so many games, being on the road. You don't want the fatigue to be the difference factor, and you got to trust in your kids, and we trust in our kids, and they really stepped up. And I think when you get to tournament time, it's about coaches getting out of kids' ways and letting them shine. And I felt like everybody had their great moments, and it was just really fun to see.
We're talking with Montana State women's coach Tricia Binford. The Cats will play in the first round of the NCAA tournament later this week. But before we get to that, you brought up the seniors from 2 years ago, and Darian White, her press conference, how could you not get emotional with what she said about the seniors from 2 years ago that didn't get this chance to go play in the national tournament?
Well, and for me, Jason, I wasn't even in the press conference yet. I was still on the court doing some interviews, and so I missed what she had said about them. And first of all, I'm just tremendously proud that was one of Darian's first thoughts was that group. It was just such a special team and a special group for us to be able to honor. And, I think that speaks so much of Darian White and how humble she is and how gracious she is, but how much she also cared about that group. And, and at the same time, we keep going back to the two teams, and there's a lot of similarities, but there was also so many differences. And, it was just kind of a fun way to celebrate both.
What can you learn from the trip in 2017, I guess it was, to take down to Stanford this week?
Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to hear again. I didn't hear that last question.
What can you learn from the last time you guys actually played in the tournament? I think it was against Washington, 5 years ago. What can you take from that into the experience this time?
Yeah, I think it's just the emotional element. The entire week is just going to be really exciting for the team. You get spoiled, you get the charter in. There's a lot of media attention, and the atmosphere, obviously, in Stanford on their home court, just like University of Washington, it's going to be a big crowd, trying to factor those elements into it, and just really competing hard. And those are the things that you go into a matchup like that, and you just kind of break down, okay, what are the things that we can win? We can win for how hard we compete, how hard we play for each other, what that looks like. And I'm just really excited for the team to get to experience that whole element. We just want to embrace this week and what they've accomplished with punching that ticket. And then at the same time, being as sharp as we can. We know we're going to have our hands full on both ends of the floor, and there's some things that we're really good at. We want to try to get to those things and execute those things as best as we can to get a great shot for the team and continue celebrating each other for that entire 40 minutes. So excited about the week ahead. I think they're going to have a blast.
You've coached against some big names in college basketball, but what's this week going to be like for you?
Yeah, I would say everybody uses the GOAT line. Tara Vanderveer is definitely the GOAT of women's basketball. She's got a dynasty there. She's extremely respected. When you watch her team, they're just such a fun team to watch anyway. I'm like, when we got the 16 seed, everybody's like, oh, you have Stanford. But at the same time, I'm like, well, out of all the teams we would have faced, I'm probably most familiar with them just because they're such a fun team to watch. And my daughter and I have been watching them for quite some time, and they make the game look so smooth and simple, and our job's to make it not look as smooth and simple for them. So we're going to try our best, and just a great opportunity to go compete against Stanford. Not everybody gets to say they've done that, and yeah, I think it's going to be a fun week.
Couple final questions for Tricia Binford, the Montana State women's coach. All right, you've got Katie Bussey on the coaching staff. How big of a difference did she play this year, especially with that fatigue factor?
It's hard to break it down what Coach Bussey has brought to the team, but Coach Bussey had swagger. She was undersized. People thought she was too thin to compete at certain levels, and she's played 9 years professionally, and I think she's brought a lot of confidence to the team. And secondly, she's just done an incredible job with our player development. Over the course of the season, Coach Bussey oversees player development. She works with, the post, the guards, everybody, and to see the growth of what our kids did that last week of the season, when you look at what Cola Bad Bear did, you've got Katie, but then you have Blair Braxton, who also was a former Bobcat. Cola has completely evolved into a dominant post inside presence for us. To see what Darian White has accomplished in her third year, and I could go across through every single kid on our roster. But our sophomore class this last couple weeks too, I just think there's something to be said of what we're doing for continuing to grow our players throughout the course of their careers. And that's one of the number one reasons I wanted her back on our staff, is we're known for player development, and Katie's as good as they get.
When you saw that 16 seed pop up, did you feel a little disrespect considering the last 5 years you guys have had a great run?
I think we just wanted to see our name there, Jason, to be quite honest. A little bit surprised. I thought we would get a 15 seed, considering our net rating this year was not fantastic. We had some losses that people would determine as bad losses, but I've been in those mock bracketing exercises, and typically the 14 to 16 seeds, those can waver either way. It's a lot of times going to be with regional and logistics, that sort of thing. It goes into the Spokane region, and it is what it is, and so we're going to compete our tails off, and excited about the moment and the opportunity. Like I said, we were excited to see that Bobcat appear, and we're going to go represent Montana State, our university, our community as best as we can.
I got one final question for you. How big of a factor is it? Because this is the first time, I think, in all my years watching and covering MSU, that the men's and women's teams basically cohabitate. It's the coaches, staff, the play. I mean, not like in a bad way, but you and Coach Sprinkler are so tight, along with Leon Costello, the AD, and President Cruzado. But I think the support from the guys and the support you give them really played a factor into both winning a title.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jason, that's something we talk always about, is the most unique thing about here is nobody else has what we have going on with the relationship piece with our president, our athletic director, our men's basketball program, us. You could go to football, volleyball, every single sport. It is a family here. Everybody's behind each other. It's a culture of excellence, but it's also a culture of winning people and putting and empowering young people to be champions and to grow as champions. And so those things are interchangeable. And we were able to go out after our championship with Leon and President Cruzado and our staff, and we're getting hyped for Danny's, and Danny's congratulating our team, and it's been a heck of a ride. It's been an emotional roller coaster, and I shouldn't say roller coaster, but emotional, exhausting week, and such a credible way. And to see our community and the following that we got last week, it felt like a home court week for us with how many people came out to support us. So it takes a lot of different people, but our leadership is tremendous, and we're just really blessed to be a part of that.
Well, Coach, I know you're busy with media people today, but I appreciate the phone call, and good luck. We're rooting for you from up here in Helena, and of course all of the state of Montana is behind you as well. But hey, go be Harvard, will you? And beat that 16 to beat Stanford. I love it. Hey, get it done, Coach. We'll talk to you next week after you get the pod win.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Jason.
That was Tricia Binford joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. And, Harvard beat Stanford the only time a 16 has beat a 1 in the women's tournament a few years ago. So maybe Montana State, well, they'll do it again. How cool would that be? We appreciate Tom Schultz and SID and also Tricia Binford getting a hold of us today. They're busy. Tomorrow, Danny Sprinkle. Also, Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller will join us tomorrow. By the way, speaking of Wes Keller, the Rocky women, how about India Fly and Auto Contest Performance of the Week? She had a triple-double in the win over Dakota State to secure the round of 16 for Rocky with, 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists? Man, so good. Also, speaking of nominees, how about the 5 wrestlers from University of Providence on the women's side, Ivy and Ira Navarro, along with Sadie Antok, Ashley Guman, and Paige Respicio, all All-Americas. So 5 All-Americas for the Providence women at the NAI National Tournament. So can't forget that happened over the weekend as well. And Montana State skiing had a couple of All-Americans as the team finished 9th. Oh, so much great stuff this week. And we're glad to be back with everything. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. And when we do, Guy Almquist will join us. Did he really sleep with the trophy? It's a question we're going to ask. After winning it all, did he really sleep with the state championship trophy? There's a picture of it right there in bed. Players do sometimes. Do coaches? They do in the Stanley Cup. We'll find out when Guy Almquist joins us next here on the Jason Walker Show. This opening segment presented by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. All right, quick break. Guy Almquist joining us next. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, on a Monday as we recap the great weekend in high school and college hoops here in the state of Montana. And trying to line up another interview today. Well, we will have Guy Almquist joining us here in just a couple of minutes. Oh, it was so exciting. Like, I lost my voice almost on Saturday. I also called 22 out of 28 games, but for the NFHS network. What a great site that is, by the way. Man, we got on the state in history coming up, too, and the walk-off. But there was some great basketball played, not only in Missoula, not only in Bozeman, not only in Great Falls, but also in Billings. And unbelievable. It took a buzzer beater in overtime for the Capital Boys to get past the two-time defending state champs, and then a big win against Bozeman in the title, the first championship in 8 years, the third for the school for the Bruins. And joining us now to talk about on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline is the head coach of Guy Almquist. The early portion of this was lost, but here's the rest of my interview with Coach Almquist.
Penetration. That was certainly our number one focus. I thought we did a good job with that. They got out on us a little bit early, but we battled back and forth. Braden hit a great jumper off a great pass from Tristan Mooney to tie us up at halftime. We went in. I thought we were pretty confident. We knew we had to rebound the ball a little bit better, maybe in that second half, and we came out in the third quarter and just played great basketball. Got up 40-29 at one point. Things were going well. We were confident. We were flowing on both ends of the floor. And then, in the fourth quarter, Skyview did what championship teams do. They came back and threw some haymakers at us. They hit 5 threes, 4 in a row at one point. I probably got a little stubborn with what zone we were in. We did finally eventually switch zones, and I really felt like zone. After playing a lot of man-to-man versus Gallatin, I felt like zone was the way we had to play Skyview to stop their penetration. But ultimately, got it to overtime, back and forth overtime. You know, that sometimes teams can get a little bit tight in that overtime scenario. We had a few turnovers early, didn't get a shot off till about the last minute and a half of overtime. You know, they had the ball with about 45 seconds left after we tied it up, and we talked to the kids about, you know, do we want it? They're going to hold it. If we're in the zone, they're going to hold it for the last shot. So do we want to let that happen, or do we want to be aggressive and go for it? And they were all for going for it, as were the coaches. So we actually put a half-court trap on, so they couldn't hold the ball, and knowing that someone might get an open shot, but hopefully it wouldn't be the right guy. You know, we were trapping Sanders and trying to get the ball out of Love's hand, and sure enough, they passed it around out of a couple traps, and they had a guy open for three, and he shot it, and it was, you know, it wasn't the guy they wanted shooting it probably, and he missed. We were eventually able to get the rebound to set up a great shot by Braden Cook at the end.
Buzzer beater to go to the championship game. Exciting. Take me through Saturday then to win it all over Bozeman. And you guys got out to a hot start, and at the end of the day, just never looked back. And this was a team that you battled with in December to a 6-point game. And looks like defensively, you did a great job on them on the perimeter, because that's a team that likes to shoot the threes. But they couldn't connect, and you guys did.
Yeah, no, obviously Bozeman, you know, I think the championship game had what were the two best teams all year long. You know, just to back up just for overall Saturday, we had the same preseason or pregame meal. We had the same locker room, we had the same bench as 9 years ago, or 2014, 8 years ago, whatever it was, and so that was pretty cool. Good vibes there. But
sure.
Going against Bozeman, they made an incredible amount of three-pointers this year, over 40% as a team, which is just staggering. Literally every guy they have can make threes. Our focus was just to make sure that every time they caught it, they had a hand on a catch. And, of course, you're not going to be perfect in that regard, but we wanted to fly around. Initially, we were going to switch up man and zone. Zone was working well enough that we kind of just stuck with it. Our defense, and I know everybody looks at our shooting percentage, and, of course, that's an amazing number. But I'm telling you, that game was won because of our defense and our rebounding in the first half. It was insane. Watching our guys fly around and contest, and if you were there in the gym, there were multiple moments, including one which I thought is my favorite moment ever in a state championship game, where we were flying around. They were probably 40 seconds in a possession, couldn't get a look. Our crowd, our bench stood up, started clapping even louder. The students, our crowd stood up in the Metra, cheering defensive possession in the middle of the second quarter of a state championship game. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I think everyone could just feel the passion and energy our kids were playing with. They missed. We came down, hit a three, and the roof out that so that's kind of one of my favorite moments. But did a great job defensively. Obviously had a great second quarter and out to a good halftime lead. And in the third quarter, we wanted to come out and be aggressive still. They can put a lot of points on the board. We didn't have enough points to win. We needed to keep scoring. I thought our kids' mindset in the third quarter was excellent in terms of getting downhill, meaning getting to the rim, getting the ball inside to Hayden. They didn't really have an answer for Hayden inside defensively. And then the fourth quarter, I knew we'd just get to that 3 to 4 minute mark, and we were going to be able to milk that thing out and get a victory.
Next year you won't be able to milk it down because you got a shot clock.
That's right. 3 minutes in 2022, that's the right.
There you go. Hey, I know a lot of the talk all year long has been about Braden Cook, and rightfully so. I mean, the kid he won a couple of games at the buzzer for you guys, including in the semifinals. He's just everything basketball player, one of the best to come through Capital. But take me through Hayden Opitz, Tristan Mooney, and Jacob Curry. These guys go 13 of 15 on Saturday night. This is like Villanova-esque type basketball against Georgetown, and you guys weren't the 8 seed. I mean, those three guys all year, at one point or another, all had great games, but to all come together in the state championship, a total team effort.
Yeah, just a culmination of a lot of hard work is how I view it. And yeah, Braden, I mean, how special he is has been well documented, and deservedly so. But But you're right. I said all year we are not the Fighting Braden Cooks. We are the Bruins, and we have a lot of good players, and we are a great team. And those guys played so well. I think your shooting percentage is sometimes a direct result of your shot selection. I thought our shot selection was excellent. Again, as I mentioned, I didn't think they really had an answer for Hayden inside. So if we got in there, we were going to have some good results. Jacob Curry, after what I think he would probably tell you were a couple rough games early in the tournament, just like in the divisional championship, he steps up big and has just an unbelievable basketball game, showing great courage and confidence. And Tristan Mooney, when he plays aggressive, he is definitely one of the better point guards in the state. He was aggressive all weekend and just handled the ball for us with very limited turnovers and made some big plays. So, yeah, for those three to go 13 of 15 from the field, I'm sure that was not what the doctor ordered for our opponent.
Guy Almquist with us. Couple real quick final questions for you. But where does this one rank to 2014? That one was your first. This is now your second. It took a while to get there. But team-wise, where does this one rank, and where does it rank for you personally?
Well, it's just as fun. I can tell you that. It hasn't lost its luster. Just because you just know how much work is put into it.
Sure.
From my standpoint, I just take it as when a program wins a state championship, it's because your program is strong. I mean, obviously you've got good players, and it's a player's game. There's no doubt about that. But I just feel like our program is strong. Kids are in it for the right reasons. Lots of people are putting in a lot of hard work. The commitment is there, and you're just proud of all the people that are involved, from the coaches to the managers to the players to the families. It's just it's pretty special. It's hard to, it hasn't 100% hit yet, but I just know that you can be in this line of work coaching for a long time and never ever compete for a state championship, let alone win one.
Did you really sleep with the trophy?
I didn't sleep with it. It was in the bed next to me.
Okay. Hey, congratulations. State tournament next year, I think, is in Butte. Is that right for the AA? Or, yeah. Well, the Capital Girls will win next year then, because they won after you in Billings. Do you just want the state AA in Billings every year from now on?
You know, that would have push for that in the next couple of years.
Hey, Coach, I know you got to run, but congratulations. Appreciate the accessibility all season long, and it's always fun to chat. And this time I get to chat with you after state championship. I made sure of that. So congratulations, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
That is Guy Almquist joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. How cool. Bruins, his second, and do it in a place where he won his first as a coach. Pretty awesome, despite the fact that he beat my alma mater, the Bozeman Hawks. But, hey, congratulations to all the state champs this year. And Braden Cook, a nominee for Auto Contest Performance of the Week, the game winner in the semifinals, to clinch the win to go to the championship game. And a much different feel when you win a state championship. I'm told. I've never won one, but I'm told that anyway. But we appreciate Coach Almquist for his accessibility all season long, and all the great coaches we talked to throughout the course of the season. It was a lot of fun. We're going to talk to a player coming up here in a few minutes, and pretty good run this kid had all season long. So we'll talk to. I'm going to keep it a surprise for a second. Back to the college real quick. So the Montana State men will play Texas Tech at 11:45 Friday morning in San Diego. That's Mountain Time. Friday morning in San Diego. So there you go. The NAIA tournament is set, too, for Sioux City, Iowa. And Thursday, you'll have Bethel Southeastern, followed by Morningside and Carroll. And then Bryan, Tennessee against Thomas More, Kentucky. And then Rocky Women take on Wayland Baptist, Texas. That's Thursday. That's a tough bracket. And then on Friday, Central Methodist, Missouri, Westmont, California. Then Marion, Indiana, and Clark, Iowa. Dort, Iowa, Campbellsville, Kentucky. And then the Masters out of California against Indiana Wesleyan. So the Carroll women will play at 2 p.m. Thursday Mountain Time. Rocky Women play at 7 p.m. Mountain, and we'll talk to both Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show because, well, they're off the National, so why wouldn't we talk to them? They had great runs, and it continues. And man, oh man, super fun stuff. All right, let's see. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and when we return, we'll talk to our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week winner. Okay? That is next. This is the Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
That was actually from my phone video from the other night in Missoula as Dougie Peoples hits the game-winning shot from about 33 feet or so to lift his Butte Central Maroons to a thrilling 61-58 win, 37 points. And joining us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, the hero, Dougie Peoples. How are you, my man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Has it sunk in yet?
not really, to be honest.
All right, take me through the emotion Saturday. I mean, this is a game that could have gone either way. You guys were down a couple of points. You get a big steal with about 45 seconds left, and then a 3-point play that pulls you guys into a tie. Take me through that play first.
I mean, we were all laughing about it because all year our coach Brody has been harping on me about my defense because it needed to get better, and they were just joking around. My only steal of the year comes right there.
Sir, that's your first steal? The only steal of the year?
That's my only breakaway steal that we can think of this year is that one.
Dougie. Yeah, you got to work on your defense. You got another year to work on that, though. All right.
Yeah.
So an emotional play there. But go back a little bit in that game. Kyle Holter fouls out, and he's a big part of what you guys do, not only offensively, Dougie, but also he's so big on the defensive side of the ball. How big of a loss was he?
Kyle's Butte Central basketball to a T. He plays so tough. He's our best defender. He's clutch. He comes up in big moments, and when he fouled out, it was like someone just punched you in the gut. It was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be hard going from here. And then Jack Keeley, a sophomore, comes in and guards their best player and forces him to miss twice. Royce Robinson is one of the best players in the entire state, and we could not stop him all game. He's amazing.
Right.
All of Lewistown is amazing. They're just a phenomenal team.
What did you guys do defensively, especially you, because you were guarding Fisher Brown for a lot of that game too. But Fisher's such a great player, but he was really quiet all championship game.
Yeah, Fisher's a great defender, but we emphasized help defense, and Brody has principles and we stick to them. And I think our average in the regular season was 39 points a game that we would give up, and that's what Brody. That's what Brody is. That's what Brody Kelly is. He's defense. He always says that we can lie our hat on defense, and when our offense isn't working, we can rely on our defense, and that's what it came down to. We got 2 stops with about a minute 45 left, and people are right. Defense wins championships.
We're talking with Dougie Peoples, the Butte Central Maroon Junior, who won a state championship. Were you passing that ball up at all in the last 10 seconds?
I wasn't gonna. If you could see it, you can see in the video. Eric Lose was about to come set me a screen, and I waved him off. I said, "Get out!" And I was gonna drive, but they were all so packed in, and then I saw the double team coming, so I just shot it, and thankfully it went in.
You were going overtime or a game winner. That's basically your thoughts at that point.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Dougie Peoples, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show. A couple final questions for you. I know you're busy all day. You got the fire truck ride tonight coming up at 6. But what does this mean to the school?
It means everything. At school today, it was awesome. It's crazy to actually comprehend how much this means to the Butte community, and especially Butte Central. And it was just all the little kids that are looking up that want to be Maroon, seeing us do that. It was just amazing. I think it means everything to Butte.
You know, you're never going to have to buy a soda in that town again, right? Just saying. Have you heard from who all have you heard from Butte Central alums?
Oh, Butte Central is a special place because if you're a Butte Central Maroon, it's about family, it's about tradition. I mean, we're a school of 97 kids, and look how many fans that we had up there. That was all the alum and all the families of Butte Central, and it was. I mean, I've heard it's just amazing. All of Butte is just always behind us, and no matter if you're purple or white, I've gotten texts from both sides of schools, and it's just amazing to see all of Butte come together.
You guys were one of the favorites all season. How tough was it to play all year with that, basically a target on your back?
Yeah. It was a good feeling being like the top dog, but it was also a feeling where we can't be outworked by, that's what Brody always said. If you're an underdog, how you're going to win is you're going to fight harder than them. And he always said we can't get outworked. And that was our recipe for success, is because we had kids like Kyle Holter and Jack Keeley and Eric Lose and Drew Badavinick, we dive on loose balls. Our teammates, my teammates are just amazing. And that's what our recipe for success was, just be tougher than the other team. Be the tougher team was always on the board before the game. And that's what we just hung our hats on.
Was there a point in the season where you questioned it?
So I think we were 11-0, and we went down to Dillon, and they punched us right in the mouth. I think we lost by 15 points, and that was like a gut check in the season. And I think the next day we faced Hamilton, who was ranked like number 3 in the state or something, and we came out, and I think we held them to 1 point in the first quarter, and that was like a real gut check when we went down to Dillon and got beat by quite a bit. And it was pretty tough because we beat Dillon the first game of the season by 15, and then they turned around and beat us by 17. So they won the tiebreaker, which ultimately led to them winning the conference, which was obviously a big goal of ours during the season. But back in the district championship in Dillon again, we got down by 10. Callahan Hoffman, as you know, you probably covered him. Mm-hmm. He had a big fast break dunk, and just the Dillon Gymnasium went crazy. They were up by 12 with probably 4 or 5 minutes to go. And we just, instead of, Brody called a timeout and said, we are not going down like we did last time. So it was almost like deja vu playing. But this time we fought back into the game, and we had a 4-point play that brought us up by 1 point with about 20 seconds left. And then we got a defensive stop on the other end, and we came out as district champions, which was awesome. Just gave us so much confidence going into divisionals. But that district championship game was almost like deja vu from our only loss this season that we had in Dillon.
Do you play any other sports?
I play. My uncle is the head coach. My dad is a coach on the football team, and my cousin is also a coach on the football team. So I play football.
So you kind of have to, but you're the basketball guru in the family now.
Yeah, but my cousins, I don't know if Molly and Quinn, they were great. Molly plays for Tech right now, and Quinn played for MSUB.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic, and I watched Molly for the last, it feels like 21 years. It's like she never left Montana Tech. But I used to do the radio for Carol, so seeing her all the time, and she's just, did you learn 3-point shooting from her or Quinn?
Both of them.
Okay.
And Danny. Danny was another big one, but sure. Molly and Quinn especially are just like bullseye 3-point shooters.
Yeah. Whenever Molly went into the game, you knew she was launching a 3.
Yeah. She's like their 3-point specialist.
Yes, she was.
Molly dribbles the ball and drives to the basketball and basket, and you're like, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
I know, and then she misses, and she's like, you're too close. How big was
to scoot out?
I guess, what are you going to do the rest of the year now? When does the work start to go back to back?
Obviously, right away. That's what we were talking about in the locker room. We already said, look, feel how fun this is, and we need to work towards that next year to accomplish our goal. We lose seniors this year: George Riojas, Joseph Seelster, and then Gage Goldseth, and then our 2 starters that started, Drew Badavinick and Bryson Sestrich. But other than that, we have a lot returning. We have me, Kyle Holter, who's amazing, Eric Lose, who's amazing, Zane Mudry, who's a sophomore, and then Jack Healy, who stepped up and guarded the other team's best player and played amazing the last 2 games at the state tournament. I think that the work starts obviously right away.
Okay.
To get back there.
What's your pregame meal like for every game?
To be honest, I don't. I need to start eating better.
Yes,
before
you
games,
do.
right?
You weigh like 90 pounds, my man.
I know. That's what everyone always jokes about me with. My dad's a football coach, and he was always harping on people to gain weight, and he had a son like me who's like all skin and bones.
That is fantastic. Hey, I know you got to run, but congratulations. You're our performance of the week. It was good to be Braden Cook from Capital because he had a buzzer beater in the semifinals, but you had a semifinal to win a state championship. That's like growing up, man. It's that 5-4-3 like you were saying, or the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, hit a grand slam to win it. you may only get one of those in your life, and you definitely made the most of it.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations, Dougie, and we look forward to chatting with you next year, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
That is Dougie Peoples joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. I think he's doing some commercial shoot now or something. I don't know. He's famous in Butte. Kid's never going to have to buy a pop ever. But we appreciate him joining us for sure. Oof, what a great week. What a great week. And I know Braden Cook deserves it, but a state championship buzzer beater, I mean, can we tie? We can tie. We can give it to both, I guess. But, man, and it was a moment, and I don't know if you're on Twitter, but it was a moment where everybody's phones go up, right? And record starts at, about 15 seconds. And I didn't know if I was going to get mine up in time to record the shot, but I did. And you can check it out on nfhsnetwork.com, the broadcast replay. But, man, oh, man, what an unbelievable 37 points and the game winner to win the state championship. I got to give kudos, too, to all of the pep bands across the state. I was only at the State A, but I know they were all fantastic. By the way, Butte Central's pep band might be one of the best I've ever seen. There's only like 5 kids. And they have microphones. They sing. Like no other pep band, I think, in the state of Montana, they sing. And they're breaking out like Ghost Riders in the Sky. They're breaking out Painted Black from the Rolling Stones. I mean, they're rocking it. Seven Nation Army was there too. I mean, that pep band at Butte Central is amazing. All the cheerleaders across the state, all year long, the cheerleaders and the dance teams, the work that you guys put in, people forget about cheer squads and dance squads. But the work that you guys put in, it's noticed at halftime shows. And one of the best halftime shows I saw all year was on Friday night when the Browning girls were playing. Maybe it was Saturday morning. No, it was Friday, I think. But a Native American dance. And you can't beat that. It was awesome. But kudos to all of the fans as well. The administrators, the University of Montana. I hope you're sitting down because I'm going to say something nice. The University of Montana, the athletic department, the facilities crew, unbelievable. They put on a great tournament there in Missoula, as did the people in the Metro, as in Billings, the people in Montana State and Bozeman and Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls. You guys kill it every year. Next year, Butte Civic Center gets to host. It's the best place for a state tournament. And the best hospitality food as well. Although, I will say, Destination Missoula, at Visit Missoula, on the Instagram and the Twitter, awesome. Kara did a great job getting everything taken care of for the hospitality and media. So thanks to so many people. What a fantastic year. All right, real quick, let's do On This Day in History. It is, I can't believe I didn't take one today. It's National Napping Day today, and I didn't take a nap. It is Children's Craft Day. Learn about Butterflies Day. It is Pie Day, 3/14. Potato Chip Day and Write Your Own Story Day. Dougie Peoples wrote his own story on Saturday night. There's no question about that. Hank Aaron hit his first home run in an exhibition game for the Milwaukee Braves on this date, 1954. Wilt Chamberlain scored 53 points on this date, 1960. Gordie Howe of the Red Wings becomes the second player in NHL history at the time to score 500 goals. And then 35 years later, in 1997, he was 68, signed a contract with the AHL Syracuse Crunch. The world's oldest golf club, Muirfield in Scotland, voted to admit women as members for the first time on this date in 2017, the first time in 273 years. And happy birthday to Don Haskins. Glory Road, 1930, Coach Haskins was born. And Steph Curry's birthday is today as well, speaking of another great shooter.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. I know that the Carroll women had some good Cajun food down in New Orleans, and can't compete, though, with what we can get here in Montana at Cafe Zydeco. Po' boys, beignets, everything. Check it out, Cafe Zydeco. Again, fantastic week by everybody. And fantastic week, but the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the pep bands, and the coaches, the administrators from all the schools, just unbelievable work you guys put in all season long. We're going to get a little bit of a break, and then we start softball, we start track, and we start golf in some divisions. We have a great next 3 months in high school sports. It's going to be awesome. But I don't know if anything can beat what we just saw on the basketball floor. Holy cow. I mean, Dahlberg Arena was about 80% packed for that game. Oh, man. But congratulations to all the state champions this year. You guys earned it. There's no question about that. You guys definitely earned it. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to you for listening. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. If you missed anything, you can go to jasonwalkershow.com. We're back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, another Pat Show. Rochelle Sayers will join us. Wes Keller will join us. We're going to talk to Danny Sprinkle this week as well. And who knows who else is going to join us. This is only Monday. We've already had one hell of a week for a day in Monday. Hope you had a great time over the weekend. We'll see you again tomorrow, 4 o'clock. This has been a presentation of the Jason Walker Show. We appreciate you. See you back here tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Jason Walker Show.
Was produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.